I used to think that I never feel burnouts. I thought I could continue this streak of constantly working, staying on the ball on all my good habits, and pushing myself to achieve goals that I've set for myself. I would mistaken my low motivation for low discipline, and continue to push myself, forcing myself to do the things that I'm supposed to do because I know that I have to do them if I truly want to reach my goals. I know that I've always wanted to create videos that can help people no matter how little it is. But at the same time, I also have obligations outside of it that I have to do my best in. In the past couple of months, I've been pushing myself to do all of that, pushing myself to work on my YouTube channel after a long day, working overtime at work, and finally, I've unknowingly reached a burnout. When I've reached that stage of burnout, to me, it didn't feel like what I thought one would feel. I thought I would feel depressed, tired, and lay down on my bed all day because I couldn't move a muscle. It came in a more discrete state for me, where I wasn't feeling like that, but rather through a form of negative motivation. I was motivated to not do anything for my YouTube channel. Literally, I felt a strong drive to just say screw it to everything and not do it despite feeling fine physically. It may not seem like this on this channel because I've still been uploading consistently, but in actual fact, I've been off YouTube for close to a month, and the videos you guys are seeing previously are all from a backlog of videos that I've grinded out when I was pushing myself so hard. Throughout this month-long break, I did very minimal work on my YouTube channel, did a tiny bit of editing here and there, but mostly I was just indulging in certain bad habits like playing video games and working on other goals of mine instead of YouTube. I studied a little harder on learning Japanese, which was something I've always been interested in, reading more books and spending more time with my loved ones. It isn't bad if you think about it. I wasn't drowning myself in bad habits of playing video games or watching endless animes like what people would usually do when they reached burnouts and don't feel like doing anything. I was still working on the good habits that I've always been working on, and it's precisely because of that I didn't realize I was actually burnt out from my work. I thought I was just lazy and didn't want to work on my YouTube channel. I thought to myself, you know what, since I've got a couple of videos that I've scheduled to publish for at least another month, why not just take a break? The me previously wouldn't take it because I know I'm the kind of person that feels more comfortable knowing that I have a bit of safety net to work with and not have to deal with last minute deadlines. But after taking a month-long break, I realized that it wasn't because I was lazy. I was burnt out from all that grind. I didn't give myself the time to work more on other things that gave me more fulfillment, and I was almost at risk of throwing an entire dream or passion of mine if I didn't realize that earlier. A part of me almost felt like the grind for my YouTube channel after my day job was too much, and it made me forget why I was even doing all of that in the first place. I suppose that slow resentment was secretly building up inside of me, and it just came out all at once, and I just went screw it and not create a video for a full month. I know that the burnout I'm facing is probably not what most people felt. Maybe for you, you don't feel like doing a single thing, even the simplest of them all, when you experience the burnout. However, this was precisely why I've always thought I never experienced burnouts. I thought to myself, well, I still feel like doing my other good habits. Surely, I'm not experiencing a burnout. But this often comes at the expense of the thing that I'm actually getting a burnout from. And in this case, my YouTube channel. I indulged in my other habits to make me forget about it and tell myself that it's okay to not work on it since I'm still doing some of the good things. And that's probably one of the reasons why I've quitted a couple of my passions in the past that I thought I was never able to live without. One of them being my love for running, which made me drop out of competitive running. However, despite all these differences of how I experience burnouts and how you would experience one, there's one thing that remains constant. We all need a break, a good break. If you're ever serious about achieving your goals, I'm sure you think that you have to keep pushing and keep going, not have a break and just go full David Goggins. But that isn't the truth. I realized that the break that I've given myself was something that I've never regretted, even a little. Yes, I did indulge a little more in playing video games and just chilling to read longer than I usually would. But I felt great having those breaks. After being so distant from my friends due to my grind on my channel, it felt amazing to log in for just a short while and experience that late night Discord chats with them, talking about life and the game we are currently playing. It was refreshing to just chill back on my chair with a cup of coffee on one hand and my book in another, instead of only reading during commute to and from work. Having this break gave me more time to think, to reaffirm what I actually want, and I'm glad after this good month-long break, I still came back to this one conclusion. I love to create videos, to share what I know and help someone out there, even if it's just one person. It feels great knowing that what I've experienced experienced and learned could be passed forward to someone else out there and for them to consume in a way that they enjoy. Maybe you hate reading books, or you're an introvert that hates to go out to experience life out there. But if you could gain knowledge and things through a medium that you enjoy, which are my videos, there's still reasons for me to keep pushing with that. And this gives me a sense of fulfillment that no amount of video games can give. I know this channel is all about self-improvement and that it's good to put up a strong front to give you confidence in what I share on this channel. But I feel it's also important and necessary for me to share some of what actually makes us all humans. That I'm not perfect, far from it. And I'm just like you guys, struggling to journey through life and putting in our best efforts. Here's a final word from me. Don't wait till you're burnt out before you actually do something about it. It's entirely okay to just take a break. It really is. As much as we are hungry to achieve whatever goals that we have given ourselves, it's completely fine and necessary to give yourself that break once in a while. It's okay to just take a day off and play a little bit of video games. It's okay to spend it just lazing around and do nothing. You just have to keep in mind what you still have to do in the first place, and that break will take you further than ever before.